Shall we start? No? Ladies first?
No, say it, because I think it sounds really nice with your accent.
What, Archwell Audio?
Yeah.
Archwell Audio.
I mean...
Really?
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Today is December 9th, 2022. It is 3:26 a.m. I did video 1. It's about an hour and a half worth of recording, and I got lazy and I went on Twitter just scrolling through, and next thing I know, I'm coming across some really good tweets. So I said, you know what, instead of wasting the time scrolling through, let me just record some of them for you guys. Whenever I get to edit them, I'll edit them, but I think tomorrow I'm gonna take a break. I'm kind of tired, but at least get the recording. All right, so this is my back end. New subscribers, welcome. Please subscribe, like, and share. Right, so this is the first tweet that I came across. It's a video, and I think it's a couple of them. All right, let's listen. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Maybe I should start from the bottom. Sometime, let me see.
Listen, the royal family is bigger than all of us.
Lucy.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get too excited about this particular story. I mean, you call it a drama, and it's coming sort of hot off the heels of the latest series of The Crown, which I actually really enjoy, because I think it's a good sort of dramatisation of British history over the last century. But I think, like other people have said, this is quite a sad story, I think, really, of people in public life who've been unable to sort of cope with that because of the intrusion and all that comes with that. And it's a sort of sad story of a family breakup that's happening in public view. I don't think it's kind of damaging the royal family particularly. I think there's very, very strong support for the royal family in this country. I think they, on the whole, do a really good job for this country in projecting Britain around the world.
Are you sure? Oh my God. Okay. All right. I'm not over there. This is them. I'm outside, but from what I'm seeing, but okay. Let's listen.
And getting investment into this country. And
look at the fact that just on energy alone, on a conservative estimate, within 1 year, we're talking £1,300 a year going up in bills. We're going to have about 10 million people in fuel poverty. We have a real absolute, not relative, poverty issue going to come in the UK, with food banks oversubscribed, with debt crisis agencies do not have any tools. And I need to say, with the Chancellor coming on in a moment, if you forgive me, as the money-saving expert who's been known for this, I am virtually out of tools to help people now.
And getting investment into this country, and showing us for who we are. 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 And actually, I think what's the saddest about it is that Harry and Meghan as a couple could have been a really big part of that royal family of the future. Harry and Meghan as a couple could have been a really big part of that royal family of the future. Harry and Meghan as a couple could have been a really big part of that royal family of the future. Harry and Meghan as a couple could have been a really big part of that royal family of the future.
All right, we've got about 9 minutes left. I'm going to take one more question from Natasha Wilkes, please.
Okay.
Should the House...
Oh, damn. What happened? Okay. So I'm starting from bottom.
Listen, the royal family is bigger than all of us.
All right. Let me... I think it started. Let's see this one.
You know, people have said, you know, they offered up access to let the media into their lives. That was controlled access. That's rather different to be chased down the street or through a road tunnel by the paparazzi. I understand, I think, why they're so anxious about the way they've been treated. The monarchy, this will come and go. I hope these people can just live a happy life. I really do. A happy, safe and secure life. But all of this beasting of them, they're out to destroy the monarchy. What utter drivel.
Okay, let's take a couple of quick the guy with in the fleece.
I wish I had heard the question, but I'm getting bits and pieces.
It's the coloured fleece, yes.
I agree with what Patrick was saying there. I fail to see how this drama is relevant to the British people.
So that I may talk, squirrel!
Look at the fact that just on energy alone, on a conservative estimate within 1 year, we're talking £1,300 a year going up in bills. We're going to have about 10 million people in fuel poverty. We have a real absolute, not relative, poverty issue going to come in the UK, with food banks oversubscribed, with debt crisis agencies do not have any tools. And I need to say, with the Chancellor coming on in a moment, if you forgive me, as the money-saving expert who's been known for this, I am virtually out of tools to help people now.
I fail to see how this drama is relevant to the British people.
It's not something money management can fix. It's not something for those on the lowest incomes telling them to cut their belts will work. We need political intervention.
You decide. Squirrel!
How it affects me or anybody at all in this country, it just seems like petty drama that we're focusing on way too much.
Okay, and the man there in sort of check.
And it's the British press who's bringing those drama to you guys, okay? And then they're forcing, in a way, for Harry and Meghan to bring their truth in, all right? They create the drama for you guys to preoccupy yourself with, like the squirrel kind of thing. Meanwhile, policies and laws and all this is happening under your nose without you paying too much attention to it. But okay, that lady who had said something where the royal family is bringing business in and all of that, I would like to know some examples of this. I'm hearing Charles is getting bags full of cash and all of this. How is that? Is the money going back into the system? I don't know. All right, but let's listen.
The black one.
I think my question is, has the UK government not done more damage with the scandals that it's had to the royal family itself, rather than Meghan and Harry?
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't see that coming. Okay, well,
which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
Actually, it's Harry and Meghan's war on the press and the media. And as they say at the start of episode 1, they say so many books and shows and stories have been written about us. We wanted to have our own say. And remember, the purpose of the PR office at the royal family is to keep the royals in the press all the time. So you have to remember, when I work in newsrooms, it's a fact that every anti-Harry and Meghan story comes from Kensington Palace.
But why
and if it comes from Kensington Palace, why are they briefing against their own grandson?
Well, okay, that's about...
Not done more damage with the scandals that it's had to the royal family itself, rather than Meghan and Harry.
Well, didn't see that coming. Okay, well,
the idea...
Why are there never any
I think that's
stories
fascinating.
about Prince William?
Were William and Kate involved in briefing against them originally? I don't know.
What it means is that a senior figure in the royal household, according to Mail on Sunday, was passing him information in order to help defeat the Duchess's case.
Were William and Kate involved in briefing against them originally? I don't know.
Have been, as we know, is that the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Nath, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point, unless, I mean, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
The idea...
Why are there never any
I think that's
stories
fascinating.
about Prince William?
Were William and Kate involved in briefing against them originally? I don't know.
Thinking I've got my older brother at the school, he'll be looking after me when in fact he's ignored me.
I will always protect my family, and now I have a family to protect. So everything that she went through and what happened to her is incredibly raw every single day, and that's not me being paranoid, that's just me not wanting a repeat of the past.
But what I remind him is that no matter what you want to be when you grow up, it's your character that matters most. And nothing would make his mum and me prouder than to see him have the character of what we see before us today. You.
And I have no regrets. It's incredibly sad, but I have no regrets at all, because now I'm in a place where I feel as though I should have been 4 years ago.
Actually, it's Harry and Meghan's war on the press and the media. And as they say at the start of episode 1, they say so many books and shows and stories have been written about us. We wanted to have our own say. And
Not done more damage with the scandals that it's had to the royal family itself, rather than Meghan and Harry.
Well, didn't see that coming. Okay, well, I was going to come to you so you can answer both those things then, Guy.
So, I think they are clearly a very troubled couple.
Which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
What?
Which I think...
How is Harry and Meghan a troubled couple? They're trying. Harry brought Meghan into the royal family. Not only he loves her, but also to help him with some of the causes and the things that he does to help him with the work.
I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well. Is obviously a huge relief to me, because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it. But no, you know, we're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, you know, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
I am very excited about that. Yeah.
I think they are clearly a very troubled couple.
Which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
Causes that have been very important to me, I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate, I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility, which I take seriously. And at the same time, I think in these beginning few months and now being boots on the ground,
I think they are clearly a very troubled couple.
In the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about under this umbrella. And also being able to go around to the Commonwealth. I think it's just...
I think they are clearly a very troubled couple.
Just the beginning of a...
There's a lot to do.
Really?
There's a lot to do.
This will work. We need political intervention.
You desired. Squirrel!
I think they are clearly a very troubled couple.
I'm a dinner lady in Lancashire, and just before the summer holidays, when the cost of living crisis really started kicking off, I've just noticed I spend as much time taking food away from children as I do serving it. And to be honest, it's not what I took the job for. You know, I never dreamt that I'd be having to tell children, you can't have that, you've no money on your account. And it used to be, you know, when I first started a year ago, okay, once a month, there might, you know, parents forget to put money on at the beginning of the month, and you get that. But now you're talking 10 to 15 children a shift every day, every single day, and I'm saying, you can't have that, there's no money.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team, and you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.
I think they are clearly a very troubled couple.
And it's breaking my heart. You know, you see them, they're in a queue full of all their peers and other school children, and it's humiliating for them. It's so humiliating. They just look at you like, well, what am I going to eat? And it's like, I can't give you anything.
I think they are clearly a very troubled couple.
I'm sorry, you know, and I'm just dreading going back to work. I'm dreading October. And to be honest, it's getting to the point where I'm just like, I don't even think I can do this job anymore. I didn't take the job on to starve children. I'm sorry, it's just...
I think they are clearly a very troubled couple.
Try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.
Okay, they said it and they were doing it, but they were so good at it with that freaking overshadow shit that they have over there, and they smear their name, and then it pushes them and forces them to make those videos to give their truth. Okay, if only the media was telling the truth, we will not hear a damn thing about Harry and Meghan doing their own thing. Alright, how is it trouble? The media is making them seem a trouble. Alright, I'm moving it back slightly.
Come to you so you can answer both those things then, Guy.
So, I think they are clearly a very troubled couple, and which I think anybody looking at them can say is a sad state of affairs.
Not really.
That having been said, I agree that they are utterly irrelevant to this country and the progress that this country and the royal family that we all, I believe, support.
Okay, the royal family which you support, their charity are not doing too well. But yet there's Harry and Meghan, who's not getting a dime from the UK, but yet still supporting those charities. Okay, so this is, I could see where he's coming from now.
I do think there is a legitimate question as to media intrusion into some people's private lives. That is an ongoing debate, which quite clearly the degree of extent to which their lives are picked over is something that, when they were living here, was unacceptable. I don't think it has a fundamental impact on the royal family. I certainly won't be watching it. I would...
My goodness, I feel sorry for the rest of the other kids. You don't see a problem there. Wow.
It was always presumed, this is my take on it, which may be very wrong, but I think the presumption was always the longer you spend on this planet, the more experience and the more knowledge that you have. Fine, I think we all agree that the longer you're around for, the more experience you have. But what kind of a world are we going to end up being part of if we don't listen to the younger generation who have all the solutions, they're better connected than ever before, and because of the connectivity, they have the opportunity and the ability to be able to fix problems in a quarter of the amount of time that anybody else of previous generations was able to do over a 10, 15, 20-year period.
I don't think it has a fundamental impact on the royal family.
The assumption was always the longer you spend on this planet, the more experience and the more knowledge that you have.
But okay.
Urge everyone to boycott Netflix and make sure that we actually focus on the things that matter, many of which we've been talking about tonight.
Absolute, not relative poverty issue going to come in the UK.
You focus on the things that matter, many of which we've been talking about tonight.
With food banks oversubscribed.
You focus on the things that matter, many of which we've been talking about tonight.
With debt crisis agencies do not have any tools.
You focus on the things that matter, many of which we've been talking about tonight.
When the cost of living crisis really started kicking off.
You focus on the things that matter, many of which we've been talking about tonight.
Spend as much time taking food away from children.
And the man's point about scandals in the government?
Listen, the royal family is bigger than all of us.
Lucy.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I mean, it's hard to get too excited about.
Look at this guy shaking his head. Look at this guy shaking his head. What? He's not buying it. Him.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get too excited about this particular story. I mean, you call it a drama, and it's coming sort of hot off the heels of the latest series of The Crown, which I actually really enjoy because I think it's a good sort of.
Okay, so that's where this one picked up. Let's listen to here. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This is longer.
Well, she says she didn't. I mean, that's all we know. Stuart. Come on. Come on, put it on the line, Stuart. What do you think?
Does the expose by Harry and Meghan, will that damage the royal family? No, it won't. I think the royal family have had to deal with far more serious and real problems than this. And I was interested, though, that you said, Isabel, there's a relentless campaign against the monarchy. I don't think there is.
And of course, it's not just the programme. I mean, you can take the question, well, why?
I don't think there is.
What about last week and the whole issue of racism that came up again? I
Well,
mean, that was pretty unhelpful. And in accepting the...
Well, let's...
But that was nothing to do with Harry and Meghan.
Well, yes, but we're talking about the campaign against the monarchy.
No.
On the issue of racism, and Harry and Meghan last night, whenever it was, earlier this week, accepted that award for combating racism. It was quite obvious that that was going to be interpreted as a slight on the royal family.
Well, listen...
Given the background.
You guys need to go back. You guys need to go back and understand what the award was really for, okay?
Someone receiving an award and engaging in this kind of Kremlinology, we end up...
I don't think it is.
We end up talking about all sorts of very strange things. I think the thing that really struck me most was, people have said, they offered up access to let the media into their lives. That was controlled access. That's rather different to be chased down the street or through a road tunnel by the paparazzi. I understand, I think, why they're so anxious about the way they've been treated. The monarchy, this will come and go. I hope these people can just live a happy life. I really do. A happy, safe and secure life. But all of this beasting of them, they're out to destroy the monarchy. What utter drivel.
Actually, it's Harry and Meghan's war on the press and the media. And as they say at the start of episode 1, they say so many books and shows and stories have been written about us. We wanted to have our own say. And
okay, let's have a couple of questions. The guy with in the fleet.
So I'm assuming he's saying he doesn't think that Harry and Meghan, like destroying the royal family. Like the guy was screaming when Harry and Meghan were going to the RFK award.
The guy in the fleece, the coloured fleece. Yes.
I agree with what Patrick was saying there. I fail to see how this drama is relevant to the British people. How it affects me or anybody at all in this country. It just seems like petty drama that we're focusing on way too much.
Okay, and the man there in sort of check shirt, the black one.
I think my question is, has the UK government not done more damage with the scandals that it's had to the royal family itself, rather than Meghan and Harry?
Well, I guess I should have started from there. But let's see what some of the comment.
People have said, they offered up access.
This guy, you could see where he's going with it. Okay, I don't know who this guy is, but he's the only one talking sense. Which one? Okay, he's a fashion designer. Which one? Okay, the only one, him? But this one is like rubbish. It seems like it's like they've been being indoctrinated, putting information into their head the way they... But anyway, let me go to the next tweet that I came across. There's another one here. There's the clap. Jason Lee went in on Meghan haters. All right, 1 minute and 4 seconds.
Want to bring in Jason Lee now. You fall for all this. You think they're great heroes and deserve all the awards they're getting, and they're freedom fighters standing up to the oppressive Brits, do you?
Well, I'm not obsessed with them to the point that I'm following every move that they're making, but I have watched the documentary, and so far I love it. And I'm somebody who's black and white, and I've listened to some of the people on the show today. The guy who started at the top of this segment has just annoyed me. You can tell he probably doesn't have much love in his life. And the woman before the last segment, she was probably a bit oversized and unattractive.
The lady is shaking her head in agreement. Oversized. Oh my God, let me move it back a little bit.
Bit oversized and unattractive. Doesn't really sound like she had... Hold on, we already heard what you had to say. Clearly you're mad that there's black blood in the bloodline for the royal family. But since you want to talk about... If you want to talk about racism in the UK, Let's talk about the racism in UK then, because the blood
Piers,
diamonds
I didn't
at
say
Buckingham
anything about
Palace
the
have not
racism.
been returned.
I said
You're
nothing
very
about
consumed
racism.
with the man who's in love with a black woman. That's the problem that you have. But this is the deal. I love the fact that Harry. I love that. Wait. I love that Harry.
Oh my God, this is messy. This is me over there a few minutes ago, 24 minutes. Oh boy. There's this OMG, their mothers and fathers not teach them it's rude to talk over someone who is speaking, let alone yell. Rude, disgusting behavior. And of course, the guy they were yelling over the top of was black. Alright, there's this. Pat staring intensify. Okay, this was amazing. I would love to see at the beginning. I agree with Ophira. Hirsch's assessment of Harry. He's evolved into an anti-racist and understands that this growth is lifelong. He's also seemed to get that having a biracial black wife and having children with black ancestry doesn't mean you're anti-racist. Alright, let me not go in there. I then let me see. Was there more? Okay, so there's some of the comments in here. Has America falling out of love with the Sussexes? America is more concerned about their economy and democracy, unlike the Brits media, who continue to use the Sussexes as a distraction from the hell of a mess in the UK. Oh, I didn't hear the beginning. There's only a minute and 4 seconds. Okay, LOL at him going there and calling one of the guests oversized and attractive. Who was he talking about? That's what I was wondering. Let me see here. Oh man, the embarrassing Luther King stray. Luther King. There is always one in the family, just like the Medilla son snake. Robson. Okay. Oh my God. Well done, Jason. Seriously, okay. Where is the rest? You got us all hyped up and the cutout. I know, I didn't see all of it. The only time I want to watch Piers' show, that's my husband right there. Okay, that's definitely escalating quickly, and I was thoroughly entertained. I don't ever agree with Jason Lee, but he hit them with half combo, 1-2 combo. But he hit them with 1-2 combo that the chef kissed perfect. That was a dragging for filth with petty meanness and truth in it. Why did they think they could try him? I don't know. Alright, one thing about Americans, when they had enough, they will tell you how they feel. Cause you out without filter and don't care about who you are. Okay, isn't that Martin Luther King Jr. nasty little MAGA niece Alvada? Okay, Alvada. Okay, I don't know. Okay, he left no stone unturned. Speaking over him as soon as he start making a point, that's racism right there. Alright, thank you for standing up for Harry. Sussex Squad appreciate it. Okay. It's the UK gutter press that is using the Sussexes to cover the failure of their politician, Palace. Oh, Jason Lee is amazing. Okay, I cannot stand Jason, but yes, come through. Okay, Lord, they're not going to accept any more of these emails to the warrior. There's that. Jason Lee not only dragged them, he read them for filth while doing so. After this, that's it. Piers, you lost. They are awesome. We all see the spin put in this doc is unreal. You can gaslight us. We see it. Your days are over. They chose a different way to tell their story and it works. It's a poignant, moving, and powerful. Better than stage force photo. Chill, Jason. We love to see it. Okay, let me move on. So there's another video that has to do with O'Brien. Okay. Jason O'Brien ridicules this Daily Mail columnist for her attack on Meghan Markle for wearing white clothes. All right, it is a minute and 51 seconds.
It's a great my inbox, you know. It not only does it provide us with daily visits to Idiot's Corner, but it does the job of researcher for me as well. And speaking of research, here's something that will make you laugh. Or cry, or both, I don't know, let's wait and see. So there is indeed a column in the Daily Mail today, half a page, written by a woman called Liz Jones, who has written under the headline, and I kid you not, are you ready for this? Why does Meghan always wear utterly impractical white? This is an attack on Meghan Markle for for wearing white clothes. Literally, that is the attack. And
what is it? The squad did put something out, like, I don't know if I had it in my previous video. Yeah. not the one that I recorded earlier, like yesterday or the day before video.
My thanks to Louisa Gummer, who follows me on Twitter, who just randomly sent in 4 other articles from the Daily Mail. I'll give you the headlines. Thrifty Kate strikes again. Duchess of Cambridge recycled white Alexander McQueen coat dress. We've seen 4 times already for a surprise attendance at Anzac Day service. It's not actually written by the same person. And then there's another story. Taking inspiration from the Queen, royal fans notice Kate Middleton's custom-made white lace Alexander McQueen dress is similar to one worn by her... Queen of Coordination, Kate Middleton pairs £2,000 Alexander McQueen trousers. So it's another white outfit, this with white heels. And finally, Kate's the cream of the crop. Duchess of Cambridge cuts an elegant figure in a £400 self-portrait, which is white. I don't even know what it would take to have your head so far up your backside that you thought, I'll write an article about the fact that she wears white clothes a lot.
Oh my God, brown nosing. Oh my goodness.
Not mention that in my own newspaper, the most cursory Google search will throw up countless pictures of her sister-in-law, who is saintly, wearing white. Whereas when Meghan wears white, it is Satanly.
It's the division they're trying to create. They want to ingrain this kind of division into people's mindset. Okay, what is that? 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Let's see here.
Sun hired an American private investigator to obtain personal and private data on Meghan Markle and her father, Thomas Markle. The PI then sold illegally obtained data to the Sun, though the paper denies knowing that it was gotten illegally. The Sun immediately tasked notorious Los Angeles-based PI Dan Dano Hanks to mine Meghan's data after news broke in October 2016 that she was seeing Prince Harry.
Okay, I have this and another video, a very old video. I don't want to stay too long playing this. Alright, this is all. Okay, as I understand from Harry, the royal family was not aware about the difference between them and Meghan, and Harry told them the difference phrase. Oh, so the royal family thought they are all the same, but not Harry. Okay, let's see here. What is that? Okay, over the past year, I have seen so very many stupid analysis of this situation. Yours, sir, is among the stupidest. Okay, I agree with Daily Mail. Maybe you will need to be a woman to see clearly everything she does is calculating, including the white, and attempt to come across as pure as the driven snow. Plus, it's a great contrast with her skin tone. Yes, I said that. Okay, apparently having 2 toddlers, dogs, and chickens percolate you from wearing white. Okay, there's that. What is that?
This is an attack on Meghan Markle for for wearing white clothes. This is an attack on Meghan Markle.
Okay, love your work, James. I'm an avid listener from Australia. Thank you. I love the Freudian slip, not being white. I mean for wearing white. I agree, James. It's so bizarre. This silly attacks on her about everything is weird. Okay, yes, James, they are pathetic. Yep, people need to call them out, but they're still pushing through, getting people's mind, confusing people.
And encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps being having a distorted view.
All right, the how do you call this? The squirrel. Harry's resentment of the paparazzi is very justified. He's explained it clearly and it makes sense, and he's right in my opinion. Okay, Jonathan Reed. Okay, driving instructor, 5 fan. I don't know who is that, but it happened on my feed, and I saw it and I thought I'd share it. I don't think this is a squatty. Okay, thank you, Jonathan. The holiday pictures were excruciating to watch. It's not healthy. All right, so why did you watch? All right, I agree wholeheartedly. And as an expert in the matter, you don't need me to tell you that's yes. Only Fools and Horses was one of the, if not the best British comedy of its time, still giving others a run for their money. Love that talent writer. Okay, so Harry wants to get away from media, justifiable, but then insert himself in the media of the controversy. Someone else is driving this bus. Period. Okay, maybe to set the record straight, to tell his story. He needed to tell his story. No, he does not want privacy. He wants control of his life. Okay, all right, let me go to the next one. Okay, best plot twisted so far was Ashleigh Hale, Meghan's niece and Samantha Markle's daughter, to speak up. But Very said that Jason Kenoff advised them not to invite her to the royal wedding because of her mom. Meanwhile, they were behind everything. That was very sad. You could see she was about to cry. She was holding it. And on my first video of today's recording, I was a bit confused with another one, but apparently I found out she had 3 kids, 2 girls, 1 boy, and Meghan is very close to them. There's the squad who's coming with their receipt. Okay, shortly before the couple got married in 2018, images of Thomas Markle were shown, and that's Meghan and her niece. You know, and in a way, I think it was a test for her as well, to see who Meghan will be having in her circle once she leave the UK, because they didn't know they were gonna leave the UK. They didn't know things were gonna be that bad in the UK. So all these were a test. Can you imagine? Because they didn't invite her, she got upset and did exactly what the mom did and do all of this. Okay, despite the fact that she was not invited, she still remained quiet. I told you guys I didn't follow Meghan. I didn't know much about her side of the family or whatever, but she could have easily spewed some negativity, but no, she remained quiet. And I'm pretty sure right now she could come in and out anytime she wants at Meghan's house, I think. All right, so now this is the reward of the test that God had given her, to see if she's gonna outdid Meghan, because right now Meghan needs and Harry need trusted people around them. All right, so that was a test for her. If you think about it right now, the wedding is already over. It would have been a good experience, I'm not saying that, but it came and go. All right, can you imagine a few seconds you were over there, you did something stupid, and then now you're paying for it for the rest of your life? So thing was set up. Maybe it was a test. As bad as it is, it wasn't in Meghan's control. She cannot go over there and dictate, even though it was her wedding, but due to protocol and all this craziness, so she had to follow their rules. So when things get too much out of control, out of hand, where they're trying to ruin her life, she left, and now you have full access with her. All right, so that was a test for her, and I'm glad Meghan have good family member in her life, because she proved herself. I think I said it. Was it in this video? This is a sidetrack while I'm editing, so that's it for now. What is it? I think the father mentioned to Meghan about the email of Ashleigh, and then through that, and then they got connected, they were talking, and they become really good friends. Okay, Meghan Markle, that these are the squaddies who have screenshot of Meghan's Tiggs days. Okay, so I was never in that picture here. Okay, Meghan Markle, oh, how I love my Ashleigh Hale, always here for you. You beautiful, special, and deserving woman, family first. All right, so there's her with her. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I have a heart of stone then, because you should not air your family issue on social media on Netflix. This is intended to hurt royal family, but it just shows how they will sell their family out, take their titles. This is old. This is old. What the hell? Laughing my ass off. King Charles did interviews, Diana did, Prince Andrew did, Fergie did. They still have their titles, so quite somewhere else. Let me read this if somebody's gonna say. Alright, that's what I just read. Their family issue have already been aired out in the form of outright lies and smear against them in the media, where they're supposed to stay silent forever as it continues to happen, even long after they've left. Okay, where is the smoke for the leaks against Harry and Meghan? Royal sources. Well, I haven't heard your family issue aired out. Oh, God. Alright, this is nonsense. Alright, when you start reading the nonsense, it becomes like, whatever. Alright, there's this. The British media love to make create the narrative that Meghan and Harry never listen, when in reality they should have pushed back more. Yep. Yeah. So instead she invited Oprah. Well, they told her not to invite the family. They were trying to divide the family. Okay? And there's Harry, who was right there as she was talking to her. But she said on the documentary, she put them, they were in speakerphone where Harry was there to let her know who the royal. Can you imagine you first come into a family, and and then you try to make charge, do your own thing. Okay, she was trying to follow protocol. Okay, this is one of those things. Them you do, them if you don't. Okay, she was trying to follow protocol. And did you know all those nonsense her white side of the family, Samantha and the father was doing on media and all of that? So she was trying to follow protocol, thinking that the rest of the royal family was on her side, was looking to try to maintain that prestige kind of thing. But instead, they were stirring the pot. Okay, the father did come out in one of those shows and say the whole plan was a setup to mess up the wedding.
That may have been one of the things that upset her, and of course the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
Okay, did Meghan know that? Eventually she knew. And if she did whatever she want, you guys will say, was it? I think you guys already gave her that title, Miss Pushy Pushy or something like that. Alright? So she was trying to listen and follow the rules. But each time she followed the rules, the goalpost is moved. Okay, there's that. That was said that Jason sabotaged Meghan's niece coming to her wedding. Jason is as evil as the rest of them. He's just a baggage for God. Alright, God knows how to give each and every one their baggages. This is really sad. I find Samantha so very irresponsible. To have her 2 kids adopted by her parents says it all. All she set out to do was collect dirty money for dirty game. Jason, that was the one that was Thomas and probably Samantha Palace contact. Same Jason that testified against Meghan. Clear to see what role he played. Exactly. Okay? Exactly. They were all against them. They were behind their back, stirring the pot, trying to divide Meghan's family and all of that. Okay? But thank God none of the black side of Meghan's family took any bait. Okay? I was so angry about that. You can tell she wanted to be there. Yep. You can tell that. Yep. She almost had a tear. They had good relationship, and thank God that relationship did not sabotage. All right, there's him here. Another tweet. Sussex cried, "You may be surprised about Ashleigh, Meghan Markle, and she wasn't invited to wedding, but I knew, and I'm grateful that Meghan had never discussed about her. Did you know that Meghan Markle is highly protective of her? They had always remained in touch after her wedding, protective and stank." Okay, there they are, and this is what I'm so grateful for. They tried to separate them, sabotage them, but she knew what was, and I'm glad they understand each other. The main thing is the connection that they have. Okay, the basic understanding. Okay, to go to Meghan Markle wedding is like to show yourself and your identification to the world. Ashleigh may never been discussed by British media, and I applaud Meghan for her protective instinct, and yes, I knew and not surprised. Okay, did you listen to Prince Harry's new name? Okay, yes. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. And this guy said he was following Meghan way before all of these things. Okay, I don't remember the DailyFail dedicating this amount of homepage real estate to Britain's longest reigning monarch when she passed. Okay, there's that. 20 seconds. Is there any music? Wow, this is recent. This is all the thing from the documentary. What in the name? Yeah, and did anybody realize the dog feet with the cast? Okay, both leg with the cast. The obsession is beyond unhinged and proves what Meghan and Harry are trying to say with this documentary. What is the obsession? Alright, they had 49 to 52 articles about Harry and Meghan yesterday alone. Insane. The obsession and hatred are scary to watch. Okay, it's amazing that they focus so much on 3 episodes of the docu-series rather than the controversial coal mine being opened in Northern England, or calling out MPs who don't support providing school children with free meal, etc., or corruption within the government. It amazes me that the haters don't realize that they are just driving higher viewership. Alright, don't tell them that. Let them watch. They don't care because their racism is what truly drives them to hate Meghan and to believe everything sort of conspiracies against Meghan. Yes, the whole paper is Harry and Meghan. Okay, I thought they were irrelevant and nobody is interested in them. What's that? There's that. Alright, let's move on. Oh my god, I didn't know I bookmarked all of that. I have 2, 4, 6 more. Okay, it's 4 o'clock, 3:58. Okay, why do people come at Meghan with the notion that she might have pursued Harry because he was a royal, when that's exactly what Kate Middleton and more specifically her mom did by making sure she was in Williams University? Who is that? Stephen Byrne. That's a TV radio host, producer. Okay. Anti-bullying from Charity and Diana Award. Okay. I don't follow him, but it came on my timeline. So, and I thought that tweet was very interesting. Kate worked as a yacht girl in skimpy bikinis and short, and was apparently a hit with high-fly corporate men. Yet they call Meghan a yacht girl. Projection much. William's friend bragged to newspapers about calling Kate and her sister the Wisteria sisters for their social climbing, and made fun of her mom for being an air hostess. Oh my god. Yeah, imagine having a man who lets his friend treat like that. Wow. It's all projection. Kate suddenly became the nation's favorite princess overnight. When Meghan came along, they had somebody else to bully. They all are baggage for God. Alright, Kate even went to Chile on the program Will had joined, but she missed him. However, it makes her hunting down of William even more blatant. As if she would have set out to marry into that Adam family. No disrespect to Harry, but Meghan Markle could have had anyone. She fell in love and tried her very hardest to make the best of the situation. The other one, slightly less choices, got dumped publicly, humiliated, and still hung on. Okay, thank you. She knew exactly what she was doing at the fashion show. Okay. Kate walking with that see-through clothes. Alright. From Harry's take, it was his idea for the first date, then Meghan's for the second, then he asked her to go to Botswana. Sound pretty 50-50 to me, like they like each other in a genuine way. And the other thing is, what was it? I was thinking of something I forgot. Alright, let's go to the next one. My brain is not functioning right now. Next one, a lot of warm big brother energy from Prince Seeiso. Yeah, and not only that, Nacho was there too, and I think he probably was the first one Harry mentioned that I think he find the right girl. Alright, seeing Prince Seeiso and Nacho speak about Harry made me curious about Harry and William relationship. Seemed to me that they were never that close. I also find the fact that Harry is one working on most of Diana's causes intriguing. I don't think they were ever all that close in reality. A lot of their purpose closeness was invented by the press to make William look better. It's crazy. Okay, Prince Seeiso and Nacho are Harry's real brothers. Yep. Okay, I adore him for how warmly he spoke of Harry. And one of the things also in the docu-series, when Prince Seeiso putting that thing around him, that, how do they call it? Not robe, it's something else. They have a term for it, but I don't know what they call. It's like a robe. I feel like it was like a anointment, a way of spiritually getting his, I guess, whatever negativity that was, negative spirit that was in him, that they were extracting out of him. Okay, I don't know, it may sound crazy, but that's what I was getting when I saw it. Okay, I adore him for how humbly he spoke of Harry. It really seems like Harry was raised there, like he spent his formative years, school breaks, and Lesotho and Botswana, had a real support system there and felt like an actual person there. I can see why it's so important to him. Okay, one of my favorite moments, so much love for and from him. I love how he and the community embrace a young Harry. No wonder Harry is so thankful and grateful for them. Yep. Okay, I think that Prince Seeiso and that community were a huge influence. Thank goodness they were there for him, because there was no love in those palaces, just cold drafts. This is why I could never imagine, when I talk about the young Harry after his mom passed, I just couldn't see. I don't know why. I usually say my humble opinion. That's because maybe I have some feeling about certain things. But this one, I just could not see. Go back to some of my old videos. I was like, I just don't see how a young boy in the palace, in one of those episodes where I said that, and I said, okay, I could understand he have nanny, but then the thing came to mind, he was 12, I don't think he really need nannies or something. But this image of him being a 12-year-old in the palace, I just could not see who was guiding him, who was teaching him anything. So meanwhile, maybe this is why I couldn't see it. He was getting it from over there, Botswana and Seeiso. This is why I couldn't, from Prince Seeiso and, you know, all the other people. I just could not see it. It's not like I'm making this up now, okay? After I see the docu-series, go back to some of my old videos. I've said it, that image. I said a lot of stupid things, even things about the IG, the Instagram thing after the first date, the stupidity of things that I've said. Imagine after the first date, he went home to his palace and he's going to Instagram. Little did I know, they met through Instagram. He went through it. I'm like, what the F? Do I have some special connection, some special powers that I don't even know? This power better come soon, so I want to buy lottery. This is exactly what he said. Okay, and I was making fun of it, and I was imagining I could see him going home, but it was the other way around. But they met through IG and all of that. But wow, okay, I think that Prince Seeiso and that community were a huge influence. Thank goodness they were there for him, because there was no love in those palaces, just cold drought. Okay, very protective of Harry in every interview. Okay, big brother and dad energy. I thought the same as well. That man may have saved Harry's life. I had a bit of a wobble at that bit. Sound like Harry was desperately looking for a father figure. That too. Okay, and Nacho, another royal who isn't afraid to support his friend. Yep, that part had me in tears, seeing the love he had for Harry when love and warmth was so clearly absent after Diana's death. That's exactly that. Alright, so some of my new subscribers, I know there's some haters there too. The other day I went on a blacking spree, but those who care, I can't really pinpoint where. I don't know what. Wherever I was 200 subscribers, from there and move up, because that's where I was saying some of my crazy things. I was talking about spicy rice. I went on. I was going full revenge. But I cut it out because YouTube is on my case. They need any excuse to just shut my video, my channel down. Okay, next tweet. After the first 3 episodes of Harry and Meghan's Netflix, I'm getting the impression that the royal family is essentially controlled by the British press and blackmail for stories. The tabloids are largely owned by the right wing, so this explains why the attacks feel so political. Okay, that is far too kind to William and Charles and the royal family. The royal family and the press have worked together to vilify others for generations. At any time, they could have stopped the cycle. They didn't. Yep. Okay, what I don't get is who made this bargain, when and why. Who decided for whole family we will follow this deal? Okay, and why does anyone act like the deal is set in stone, cannot be broken? It's like royal family hired for never-ending reality show. And this is why they're trying to make the royal family seem like it's like the thing. So what some of the Tories, or should I say the politicians, are doing, they're doing their dirty scheme, and then they're putting the royal family in front. Okay, and this is how they're blackmailing them. All right, and then they're playing the game as well. All right. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Okay, I've been saying this for years. King Chuck is disobeying them by not stripping Harry of his title, place in succession, cause exiling him and his family. Can you imagine what will happen if King Chuck had praised Harry and Meghan for the work they're doing. They are, to me, everything Harry is doing now will really benefit the Cambridge's children. There was another tweet I read on yesterday's video. Someone mentioned that. Okay, yes, I agree with that. Harry said some, and the thing is, not only that, how will those other kids, because right now they indoctrinating those kids into that system. How and who's gonna tell them there's something different? Unless if they are aware of what Harry is doing, that will be another thing. But right now, I don't see how those kids are gonna get themselves out of this. The spares that I'm talking about, William and Kate spares. But other than that, I don't know. And this is why I say we need to pray because of Princess Diana for some sort of a miracle to happen for those kids, because it was a miracle that happened to Harry. Okay, yes, I agree with that. Harry said somewhere that these people don't care about the royal family as long as they can greedily exploit and abuse it. His father said that all people of royal family will go mad because of the abuses if they did not sign contracts who control this media. Okay, there you have it. Okay, they own the government to decide who lead, who's out. It's awful. Right, from what little I have seen so far, the UK media must pissed beside getting outed. If it was a special a week, they could fill papers, all the new pics, etc. So glad they are telling their story. Okay, I was surprised to see which newspapers were in the water. Only two could be argued as not tabloid, the Time and the Telegraph, but definitely right wing. Okay, I mean, they're playing the system. They are benefiting from the current system, the current cycle that's going on, so they all are playing the game. Okay, think most of us coming out of the Commonwealth and the British already knew. Okay, 100%. It's all a game. It's all a game of them compromising and trying to keep the press happy at other expense. The 3 episode is more about declaring war on the media rather than the family. Totally justified. Eye-opening and heart-wrenching, truly. They are such a beautiful, warm and caring couple. The effort of their destruction is just horrendous, and how much Harry is his mother's son shines too. From Botswana to Montecito, just glad they found each other. Okay, we need a number of tags to free royal family from the press. Alright, next tweet. 3 more after this. Okay, my superficial hot take is that Harry and Meghan are a much more attractive couple than Will and Kate, and will definitely make a better couple friend. Right, OMG, they are hot, sexy, charismatic, and naughty. Let's see here. Okay, so that's from the RFK award ceremony when they was getting, there's Meghan doing her yoga. And there's that. That was the was it the first or second time they came in New York? That was their night out. And Montecito, it's like Harry's begging for Meghan. the what is it? The sun, the heat was getting into him. I don't even have friends, let alone a couple friends. That's the parody account of William. Hot take, hot mate. Okay, I think my hot take that Harry and Meghan will be more fun for night out and parties, but Will and Kate will be reliable as babysitters and someone you could borrow a garden tool from. Okay, we all know Zara and Mike are really the best couple friend though, by a country mile. Okay, amen sister. I've always thought William to be the cute one. Kate has always been incredible, perfect and unattainable. I admire them both, but Meg and Haz would be great banter. Alright, how are they more attractive? Their personalities certainly are not more attractive. Okay, haters intruding into the squad thing. Okay, I find William K just really beige. Let me go to the next tweet. Next tweet. Okay, 2 more. BP and Kensington Palace lie when they claim Netflix didn't contact them. Go to my video 1. There were a couple tweets regarding that. Okay, I'm not trying to be funny or anything. This is real concern for her health, but her face did not used to look like this, like she had bad Botox, long-term effect from it, or a stroke. It doesn't look right and should be a cause of concern, but these papers aren't talking about it. Oh shit, why one side of her face Oh Lord. Okay, I don't want to say anything. Okay, they've been caught in a lie. Their default mode is to lie and deflect. Okay, update. A source said Kensington Palace did receive a comment request, but from a third-party production company via a different unknown organization's email address. They contacted Archwell Production and Netflix to try and verify, but received no response. Alright, that's this. Why are you like this though? This photo is the stuff of nightmare. I'm not gonna comment on it. No big surprise that they lie. This pic always weighed me out. I wonder if she didn't have some sort of Bell palsy episode that evening because her face was lopsided. Yeah, I saw that. The dress went with a plantation cosplay she had going on at that trip. Okay, the palace lie last week saying that they reached out to Ngozi Fulani. That's another thing. Then they lied again and said that they reached out to the organization she is associated with. That's kind of what they do. I don't know, that bubble that they stay in, like people don't talk to each other or something like that. Just like when he said, quote, we are very much not a racist family. Lies. Okay, what's new? Constant liars. All right, this is another one. I have one more left. Who expect family members to bow to you in private? Weird people. All right, what happens if you refuse to bow? There's me respond. Nothing probably, but I can't help think of this. Okay, I'll rip your head off. I will rip your head off and use it to play catch with my kid. Okay, if you think you are appointed by God and as a family you are superior to everyone else on the planet, then it follows that within the family some are seen as superior to others. Okay, it's a damaging institution for the country and for those trapped in it. Abolish the monarchy. I definitely thought they would relax behind closed door. I guess not. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Because, but anyway, you know what came to mind? The things that I've said is that I don't see it like during Christmas holiday where they all came together to hang out as a family, where the kids have to wear tie and suit to play with each other. It's just nonsense. But anyway, next to it, my last one. Okay, what the F does this have to do with racism? There's Chris Evans. Alright, when Chris Evans talk, he bring it to another whole bunch of how do you call this, audience. Let's listen to it. That's Meghan making fun of herself there, but for some reason the others just whatever, turn it into, what is it? Why is it okay, Meghan, to mock our culture in this way? Or does racism only work one way? She's just making fun of herself. There's a child in the background. Okay, this is not the original one. There's a child in the background talking. All right, let me read some of the comments. British people think racism is called out anti-black racism. For decades, black Brits were shamed into shutting up about racism. One tactic white Brit racists like Sarah No Neck Vine use is to accuse black people making any observation about white society as racist. Works in the UK. Okay, well, white woman doesn't like what she said, so that makes it racism. Okay, it was self-deprecating humor. Meghan was pointing out that she had to Google the anthem and proper protocol because she didn't know and went overboard. They had nothing. Right. She thinks only British royal family rule over a kingdom of white people only, and that curtsying is exclusively a white thing. There are a lot of kingdoms around the world that practice that. I don't think Meghan was thinking anything about that. She was just saying that she didn't think she had to curtsy in private. Whatever. Well, we don't practice that. She didn't know. Well, go watch the thing. Okay, Meghan self-deprecates. The palace PR quote, that racist. How dare she spit on the greatness that is the British Empire, the end all be all of the great Aryan race. Alright, that's it. Now I'm tired. Okay, let's do a prayer. This was the last prayer I did in video 1, but let's do this one. the prayer that I wrote was a prayer for peaceful mind, heart, and tranquility. Okay, a prayer for inner peace and calmness. Slow me down, Lord, ease the pounding of my heart by the quieting of my mind. Steady my hurried pace with a vision of eternal reach of time. Give me amidst of confusion of my day the calmness of the everlasting hills. Break the tension of my nerves with the soothing music of singing stream that lives in my memory. Help me to know the magical power of sleep. Teach me the art of taking minute vacation, of slowing down to look at flowers, to chat with old friends or make a new one, to pet a dog, to watch a spider build a web, to smile at a child, or to read a few lines from a good book. Remind me each day that the race is not always won by the swift, that there is more to life than increasing its speed. Let me look upward into the branches of the towering oak and know that it grew great and strong because it grew slowly and well. Slow me down, Lord, and inspire me to send my roots deep into the soil of life's enduring values, that I may grow toward the stars of our greater destiny. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a Cash App link and a PayPal link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Okay, I think I'm done for today. I'm gonna shut everything up, turn off the computer, and just go chill. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother editing. It is 4:22 a.m. I don't know. I don't have it in me today.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.